All right, guys, let's get into it. Another episode of Reacts. We're going to be reacting to all the good things from the game yesterday. 3-1 against Oman, and Son Heung-min was in top form once again. 2 assists and a goal. A real captain's performance to drag Korea through to 3 points, their first 3 points in this, I think it's third stage of the World Cup qualification. First up is Spurs Global. Heung-min Son in his last 16 games for Korea, 12 goals, 4 assists. That is monstrous form.
Yeah, he's an unbelievable form, and a lot of them have been very important goals as well, like yesterday where they were struggling against a very stubborn Oman side. It was really difficult for South Korea, and they needed a bit of magic, and who else but Son Heung-min to step up. And you think back to the Asia Cup, you know, him stepping up in that game against Australia, scoring that free kick. He always steps up in these important moments for South Korea, and yesterday was no different. And yeah, look at that form. It speaks for itself, and it's incredible. It really is.
Obviously, he didn't score in the first game. It was 0-0 against Palestine. And I remember saying to you during the watch-along yesterday, I was like, I can't remember an international break probably since we've started covering Korea on the channel, like where Sonny hasn't scored.
Yeah, it'll be a cold day in hell when that happens.
Yeah. Squawker Live, this is Son's game by numbers. 40 touches, 5 touches in the opposition box, 4 times possession won, 3 chances created, 3 shots, 3 duels won, 3 fouls won, 2 assists, 1 goal, involved in all 3 goals.
And yeah, I think he really did. It was a fairly quiet game for him, I thought, for large parts. But I did feel like in those last 15 minutes he came alive when Korea needed him to step up. And obviously he did get a goal in an assist in the first half. But he got that goal. He got an assist late on, and as well, like on the counter attack, he was deadly, and he was looking to threaten them many times. So really strong showing at the end for Sonny.
StatMuse FC, Sonny for Korea. This is all-time 65 goals and assists, is that? Yeah, 49 goals, 16 assists. And he had 1 goal and 2 assists against Oman. I mean, I want to see what the appearances are as well, because like to compare the appearances with the goal contributions, it's probably not like, my guess is going to be what, like 80 appearances, something like that.
120,
128,
29, I think.
129. Even that is still monstrous.
120 is pretty much 1 and 2, in terms of goal contributions, and that just shows his consistency for South Korea and over such a long career. And also a lot of these in major tournaments as well. A lot of these appearances, he was getting goal contributions then. So big, always a big player for South Korea.
Next one is from Mari saying this duo, and this is Hwang Hee-chan and Sonny linking up for Hwang's goal, and then obviously celebrating together as well.
Lovely moment. I want to see more of that link up, to be honest. I feel like we haven't seen the best of it yet in a South Korea shirt. As much as I think they're both very good players, I still want to see like a real relationship, like in terms of those linking up. Yeah,
also because since we've started following Korea and really watching every single game, Hwang's had his injury problems, hasn't he? He's been in and out the side.
Yeah, that's also true.
Ayudi saying 16 minutes additional time yesterday. I think yesterday, in the second half, we saw bed football at its best.
Yeah, it was mental. For those like that 25-minute period in the second half, there was like VAR checks, and there was injuries, and there was water breaks, and it was madness. So I didn't realise we were going to add on 16 minutes, which is almost like a little bit like a proper extra time almost, adding that amount of time. And in that heat as well, they did well to just overcome that and not get too tired. And I think we did, maybe watching it yesterday, we didn't take into account the heat, because we kind of going in on Korea about how lackluster they were, but it's bloody difficult to play in that kind of conditions.
Yeah, it's true, but also like if it's an English team, like I might give it a bit of pass, but in Korea, you know, they're used to like very hot and humid weathers. It's not like it's something alien to them, but obviously it is going to be very hard as well in the 40-degree heat out in the Middle East. But yeah, I remember saying to you in the second half, like we were just sitting here like this, being like, when are we going to like see some football being played? Literally. They were just like showing the fans doing anything but showing football.
There was literally nothing yet.
This next one is from Ham Tottenham saying, no one can stop Son always. And just look at these pictures.
These are unbelievable pictures.
So the first one, this is against Australia. Was that the Asia Cup, the Australia one?
I think this is when he won the penalty in the last.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. That was Australia. The next one is that. Who's that?
That was against Portugal when he got that assist in the last minute.
Yeah. Portugal. This one is against Arsenal, famous one from the Emirates last season. And this was against Oman yesterday.
Hang it in the Louvre.
Literally.
That's what I'm saying. But unbelievable pictures, and very reminiscent of those famous like Maradona pictures and Iniesta pictures. But look, they know it's unbelievable. Look how many players are around him, in each picture he ends up doing something, either getting in a goal or winning a penalty or getting an assist. And it's unbelievable the fact that how much attention he gets and he still can't be stopped.
And particularly that Arsenal one. If you bring up the Arsenal one again, it's got Saliba, Gabriel and Rice. Rice is considered as one of the best CDMs in the league alongside Rodri, or just below Rodri. And then you've got Saliba and Gabriel, who are part of the best defence in the league over the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think any other player has probably got in between those three like Sonny has.
And got that little touch. It was a brilliant finish as well. It's incredible.
At the Emirates as well. Next up, again from Ham Tottenham, saying he scored within 6 defenders. Showed his strength as well, didn't he? And what a finish to match.
Yeah, incredible. The whole move was actually really good. I think Lee Kang-in does really well to get the ball to him initially, but brilliant turn. And you can see he's got so little to aim at. I mean, if you like pause it right when he strikes, it's like there's a defender in front of him. He's only got that corner, and bam, he ends up finding it.
Unreal.
On his left foot. I mean, I know he doesn't have a weak foot, but still on his left foot. And it's just, it doesn't matter what foot he's on, he's still as clinical. It's unbelievable. Absolutely. He's the most two-footed player I think there is.
Absolutely. Spurs Watch bringing up a Dominic Solanke quote. They asked him who the best finisher is at Tottenham, and I don't even think we need to read the quote to say to bring up who he says. But he did say, "I'd say Sonny. It's so rare to be good at finishing with both feet. He's incredible," and it's just something that we've been saying for years, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's funny. He's a striker who got 19 goals last season, and he's just moved for £60 million. He might think he might say himself, but he knows class when he sees it.
Yeah,
look, come on, Sonny's the most clinical finisher. He's actually statistically one of the most clinical in Premier League history.
Is he not the?
Or maybe the. I mean, it might be second to Kane, I can't remember, but he's definitely up there. He might be the most, or he's definitely in the top 3.
In terms of outscoring your XG, I think
in terms of finishing, in terms of the chances finishing from the chances he gets, yeah, he's right up there. So it's no surprise that other players take note of that.
Yeah, you don't ever see Son missing like an easy chance where you do like top strikers. You see Haaland.
You didn't see him
Kane.
Palestine.
Yeah, well, that's the one I didn't see. But I'm saying in general, particularly for Spurs, you never see him miss an easy chance.
And usually his goals are very hard finishes. They're not usually he makes them look easy, but they're never easy. His goals a lot of the time.
Next one is Sonny complaining about something in the game yesterday. Look at that fury coming out.
I don't know if that's to the referee or was it to a teammate, but I think it's to a teammate. But that shows his leadership skills as well. Again, we've said it so many times. People just think Sonny's this big smiley guy, happy-go-lucky, but he has this one. Especially with the captain's armband, he does feel this responsibility to set standards, and he's not afraid to tell his teammates of what they're doing wrong.
100%. Next up, Bleacher Report just telling us what Son did yesterday with a lovely picture of Sonny and Hwang. Assist after the 10th minute, goal after the 82nd, and an assist on the 11th minute of stoppage time. This next one from Sergeant Sonny, Odegaard and Rice out of Arsenal's midfield for the North London derby, and apparently these are Chinese Spurs fans.
So sad, isn't it? So sad. My heart stopped when I saw Odegaard go down. I couldn't believe it. But
and then you ended up dancing through the night.
Exactly. It looks like he's going to be out for the derby on Sunday, but don't want to celebrate too early. Doesn't guarantee anything.
Yeah. This is another view of that Sonny goal.
And also, if you look how in this goal, what's really impressive is look at this how his touch when he turns sets him up for the shot.
Yeah,
incredible. That little touch, which it's very purposeful. It actually touches. He makes space with the back of his heel to create separation. If he doesn't make that touch, he may not create the space for the shot, and it's a really crucial touch on the turn. Really impressive, and goes under the radar. That small detail.
What do we have next? Next up is a nice video of Lee Kang-in and Son Heung-min pretty much taking on the entire Oman team to score the tie-breaking goal. World-class duo.
Yeah, and look at Lee Kang-in, how many players he had around him as well. You know, and he did really well to maneuver his body and just find Sonny in that bit of space, and really good link up. That was difficult to do, and then that touch there from Son, set up the shot and then bam, brilliant goal. It's a great goal.
It really was. Ayudi saying, look at what he did with his legs when Chan stopped holding his thighs. Just look at what he did with his legs. He wrapped it even tighter on Wang.
Exactly. Well done, Sonny.
Sonny, the all-time leader for assists for the Korean national team after yesterday. In addition to his goal, Son Heung-min recorded 2 assists today. I've always felt his playmaking ability to be his most underrated skill, and despite being known as the deadliest scorer in the Korean history, it's ironic that he's also the all-time leader for assists with 23 assists in 129 games played for the senior side. Yeah, I mean, it does go under the radar a bit talking about his assists because he's also the leading assists for Spurs in the Premier League.
Yeah, a lot of that's to do with the longevity, but obviously, you know, it's also to do with his quality. He's very good when he's setting up his teammates, especially on the left-hand side. He can do really. He's got amazing crossing, and obviously, if you've got deadly finishing, he can also put it on a sixpence for you when he's trying to create assists as well. I do think his goal scoring is better than his playmaking, but he's also a brilliant assister, and that shouldn't go unnoticed.
I love this one. Interlude Sonny saying, me liking all the different angles of the Sonny goal yesterday.
100%. 100%. Get me more phones. Need more likes. Incredible.
Squawker says, with 10 minutes remaining, South Korea were drawing 1-1 away at Oman in the World Cup qualifier. Steps up Son Heung-min, a goal in the 82nd minute, an assist with 11 minutes of stoppage time played. The captain stepping up yet again for his country. I mean, we can always talk about that till the cows come home, really. But this next one is the moment that you were talking about before at the final whistle, where everyone just collapses down on the floor due to the heat, the 16 minutes of added time. Just let everyone just collapse to the floor.
Yeah, Son was absolutely done. Don't think I've seen him that finished since training under Conte in pre-season. But yeah, you saw the effort he put in. It was all worth it for those 3 points.
Yeah, absolutely. And Joel Kim again, these are just his game by numbers. He got an 8.4 man the match on one of the apps, I think SofaScore. Contribute to all 3 goals, take a bow, Sonny. Another incredible performance. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for Reacts today. So I want to thank you all for joining us. That is international break over and out. And now it's time to focus on the small matter of the North London derby, where Sonny loves to come alive in these kind of games. So you know where to find all the action surrounding the North London derby. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you soon.